All right, here's another tip of the day, okay? When you're trying to learn a new technique and it requires some kind of set or whatever like that, and especially those involving a linear set, like a round off, or sometimes a cartwheel, anything that involves you having to run into something, you want to be consistent with the run up and where that's going to happen at, okay? You don't want to be doing it different every single time. You want to be very consistent with it. That way your technique when you take off will be consistent, your speed will be consistent, and you'll have that, what I call the constant. And the constant is that one thing that never changes, so that way you can make changes to it easily because you know what you have to change instead of it being kind of random all the time. And as much as I am an advocate of learning to trick within chaos or train within chaos, because that's important when you're first developing a skill, I think it's extra important for you to have that constant just so you can get comfortable with it and then from there move on. So the constant today is trying to make sure that our distance between our takeoff and our landing are the same from the run-up. So I'm going to do a round off facing away from my landing area, which is right there, okay? I'm going to go that way and get my spacing down, all right? So take a look at that real quick. So I'm taking off, right, rebounding up from right here. So I'm going to go that way first to get my pacing. So I'm standing on the edge, okay, get my pacing. And I usually do this about 3 or 4 times just to make sure I didn't do anything different. That time I actually stepped on the, took off on the wrong leg. I should be going left first, then my right. So, and I want to travel. Always travel more. That way you're getting the most out of the distance you can get to help you with that block at the end. So, here. Do that 2 more times. Right there, I see a little scuff mark. Another way you can make sure you know where you land, put some chalk on your feet, and that way you can see where your feet hit the floor, where you'll be starting from. Sometimes it can be hard to judge, so like I'm going to use this cube over there to indicate where I'm going to be landing at or taking off from. So one more time. Focus on your technique and form, especially with these. So I'm right about here, now it's consistent. All right, so I consistently landed right here 3 times in a row. So that's gonna be my takeoff point now. And I don't have to guess how far I have to travel to get to this next area. Again, it's good to know how to do that, especially if you're in the middle of a run, through something creative. But when you're first trying something out, that consistency helps a lot with being comfortable, okay? So now I can go for the whole entire trick and I don't have to worry about my distance and pacing that. I've already paced it out. Okay, I'll go from this angle so you can see. See my landing area? You'll be kind of surprised at how well this works. Especially if you want to have a mat down, you don't know where to put it, now you know where. There you go. And that layout was horrible, and that's also good because even if it was bad, I still landed in a good spot. So that's it for now. Space out your technique before you do something and be consistent with it. Once you get consistent with it, and find a constant, then you can make changes. And when you're comfortable with something, then you can make even more changes on the fly. That's it for today. See you next time.